here. Why, oh why, do we keep printing this on white?
Ah, come on!
Yeah, I know. It's bland.
It's never gonna happen.
So here's what I was thinking.
You gotta believe.
Maybe we could have some sort of riddle,
Wait for it.
like something that you have to look for. Sort of a Where's Waldo? All right, let's quit while we're ahead.
That was so awesome.
That was awesome.
Each of us, from time to time, feels a strong urge to look into an invisible camera or say, I don't want to work. I want to spend all day tapping my mug. We owe these and many other memes to The Office, which follows the lives of the employees of the fictional paper company The Office and its branch of Dunder Mifflin. 19 years ago, the first season premiered, and today, for many viewers, The Office holds an honorable spot on the list of comfort shows I rewatch when I'm sad. As the years go by, we understand Michael, Dwight, Ryan, Pam, and Jim better and better, and in most of the show's situations, we confidently say, too real. What makes these iconic characters feel so relatable are their struggles and emotional experiences, and of course, their psychological issues. Grab your mug, world's best boss, and stock up on ice cream. Let's unpack the quirks of our favorite characters together.
How could it get any worse? The computer crashes with the porn, and then Meredith with the accident, and then Pringles. God. That's three things. I'll tell you what's going on. This office is cursed. And we need to do something about it.
Well, I am taking responsibility. And it is up to me to get rid of the curse that hit Meredith with my car. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
The most popular and meme-worthy character in The Office is, of course, Michael, the regional manager of Dunder Mifflin. At first glance, he's a classic caricature of a boss, arrogant, hot-tempered, and tactless. Michael often ignores common social norms and his employees' personal boundaries. For example, he openly ships his coworkers and interferes in their relationships. But even the most exaggerated characters have problems, and of course, they start in childhood. Like anyone, Michael dreams of having loyal friends. But in school, he struggled to connect with other kids. At the beginning of season 4, he admits he had issues with his stepfather. Forced isolation, a lack of understanding from his parents, and a desperate need to be liked made him fixate on the idea of friendship and completely blur the line between personal and professional life. His core childhood trauma, the fear of being left without friends again, prevents him from staying in control at work. In the very first episode, Michael jokingly fires receptionist Pam, deeply hurting her. He believes his peculiar sense of humor entertains his colleagues and lightens the mood. But, to put it mildly, they're not thrilled. Although Michael tries to be a true friend to his employees, he lacks communication skills and emotional maturity.
Old front, coming into the warehouse. Uh-oh! Better put on your ski boots. Ooh. Wow! Happy New Year, Daryl!
Even as an adult, he's driven by immaturity and naivety. He gets offended during a friendly basketball game, denies the problematic nature of his jokes, and shifts responsibility onto others. We see this clearly in the episode where Dwight has to handle the health insurance issue instead of his boss. Rough on the outside, but soft on the inside, Michael is terrified of rejection. His fear of loneliness leads him to date 2 women at once, unsure of how to handle the situation. This also fuels his most serious issue, his obsessiveness. For example, he calls Ryan his best friend, even though that's far from reality.
I can't be there for you. I'm sorry.
Jim.
I just really wish there was something I could do.
Michael. I can't believe you came.
That's what she said. Best prank ever.
Many people want to impress their boss, but Dwight takes it to the extreme. He has all the traits of a model employee: principled, meticulous, and demanding. Dwight loves everything related to martial arts and the justice system. And he also appears to show some symptoms associated with autism spectrum disorder. Autism spectrum conditions vary, but the core diagnostic triad includes difficulty expressing and understanding emotions, challenges with social interaction, and restricted interests. We see all of these traits in Dwight. He genuinely struggles to express emotions, and his low communication skills are evident in how he often misses jokes. Remember when Jim moved his desk into the restroom and then called him? Dwight followed the social script and answered as if nothing unusual had happened. Dwight's relationship with accountant Angela also highlights his communication difficulties. It's not just that their secret romance is obvious to the entire office. Dwight follows his own moral code and struggles to understand others' feelings. At one point, he euthanizes Angela's sick cat and replaces it with a new one as an apology. Angela was grieving her beloved pet, while Dwight recalled a veterinarian who ended a suffering animal's life as an act of mercy. For him, it was compassion. It was hard for Dwight to grasp that you can't simply replace one pet with another.
Today, smoking is going to save lives.
Sometimes it seems like people on the autism spectrum can't function in society, but that's not true. Many live, work, and build strong relationships. Even with undiagnosed traits, Dwight becomes an excellent salesperson. And when it comes to knowledge of martial arts, he's unmatched. He often looks down on his coworkers and brags about his physical skills. His constant need to outdo Jim and be like Michael only adds fuel to the fire. Yet when a real crisis appears, Dwight is often the one who finds a rational solution. Remember the episode where Michael climbs onto the office roof? Dwight is the one who alerts everyone that their boss is under serious stress. Even though it turns out Michael is joking, Dwight still tries to show concern in the way he knows how. He compensates for his difficulty expressing empathy with knowledge and attentiveness. Despite his stern expression, career obsession, and romantic failures, Dwight has charmed fans with small details. He's the only one who takes care of the office plants, and he arranges toys on Michael's desk to make him smile. These traits turned the easily offended Dwight into a true fan favorite.
What is your name, sir?
I am Bill Buttlicker.
Really, that's your real name?
How dare you? My family built this country, by the way.
Be respectful, Dwight, please.
Oh, yes, Michael.
Could you hold on one second? That's my other line.
What? No, but I...
Hello? Yeah. No, I'm just on the phone with this stupid salesman. He's so dumb. Probably just gonna keep him on the line forever and not buy anything. Okay.
It's up to you to change his mind.
Sorry, that was a family emergency.
If Michael is trying to be the life of the party, Jim simply is. Almost everyone has a coworker who can't live without a good prank. When Jim walks into the office, everyone anticipates a show. But no one thinks about how much Jim has struggled so others can laugh. At first glance, Jim seems calm and balanced. Someone who brings a little chaos into gray office days. He repeatedly says that for him, it's just a job, not a career. He doesn't really enjoy what he does. He's bored at the office and counts down the hours until the day ends. Much of his teasing is born from that boredom, as if he's stress testing his coworkers. The stress of an unfulfilling job is a serious threat to our mental health, and humor can lower anxiety by reducing the seriousness of a situation. It's a way of telling ourselves everything is fine and burnout isn't that close.
Last week, I was in a drugstore and I saw these glasses, $4. And it only cost me $7 to recreate the rest of the ensemble, and that's a grand total of $11.
But not all of Jim's pranks are harmless. Remember when he spent an entire day imitating Dwight's voice? It drove Dwight furious. The problem is that Jim is highly competitive. Once he starts, it's hard for him to stop. Think about the episode where he and Pam convince Dwight that everyone in the office is against them. As a result, Dwight ends up hiding in a cardboard box in the warehouse to eavesdrop on their supposed plan. Jim may seem like the most emotionally stable character without obvious issues, but in love, he can be indecisive. At first, he does almost nothing to win over Pam's heart, even though he likes her from day one. While this frustrates viewers, Jim respects boundaries and doesn't want to ruin their relationship. His strategy is to stay close, find topics to talk about, and see Pam as a whole person. She's engaged, and it's clear that this hurts him. Yet, instead of making a scene, he keeps his feelings to himself.
Okay. Woohoo! Go, Meredith, stripper son!
Pam isn't lucky at first. At the beginning of the series, she's in an unhealthy relationship with Roy, who doesn't value or support her. In one episode, he criticizes her dream of becoming an artist. Approval means a lot to Pam, and despite everything, she remains Roy's fiancée for 3 years. What makes her tolerate this? We see Pam as anxious and self-critical. Under stress, she clings to stability, staying with an emotionally abusive partner and working as a receptionist even though she doesn't like it. She reacts strongly to life changes. Her job and relationship become her comfort zone. But to truly grow, she has to face her fear of the unknown.
So, I'm just gonna hop the fence and jog home now.
Most likely, this pattern stems from the fact that her relationship with Roy began in their teenage years. Neither of them had much experience. Roy may have suppressed Pam's individuality, and she may have accepted it, something that often happens in first serious relationships. Over time, they matured, teenage infatuation turned into habit, and they stayed together mostly out of inertia. Pam struggles with self-confidence and trust, constantly doubting her partner's feelings. She clearly has issues with personal boundaries. She has trouble understanding herself, so she seeks approval from others and puts it above her own opinion. In that state, compromise is difficult, something she shares with Jim. He helps her believe in herself and supports her dream of becoming a designer. Pam wants a healthy relationship, and with Jim, she manages to build one. Mutual support, a shared dislike of their jobs, and a similar sense of humor help them. Pam teaches Jim to be more open, not to hide behind layers of humor, and to trust his partner. Though she doesn't always succeed, in season 8, she uses a lie detector to check whether Jim truly finds her attractive. Of course, her fear is unfounded. By then, they're already parents who have been through many challenges together. In the end, we see the most important thing. They don't avoid intimacy. They forgive each other's mistakes. They compromise without sacrificing personal boundaries.
Ryan started the fire! It was always burning since the world's been turning! Ryan started the fire! It was always burning since everybody was turning!
I can't believe I started the fire.
Ryan, intern, fraudster, and a walk-in bundle of red flags. We quickly notice his inflated self-esteem, impulsiveness, and ambition. He has no desire to bond with coworkers and even fears getting a nickname. It's an interesting detail. We usually start giving colleagues nicknames once a certain level of closeness is reached, but Ryan deliberately keeps his distance. He divides people into us and them. There's something narcissistic about Ryan. Narcissistic personalities often assert themselves at others' expense, crave attention and power, struggle with empathy, and have unstable self-esteem. This is especially clear in his relationship with Kelly. At the end of season 3, he dumps her as soon as his career takes off, then tries to win her back through manipulation. Ryan genuinely feels superior. There's nothing wrong with ambition. But when someone is willing to step over others to achieve their goals, that points to Machiavellian traits, a tendency to manipulate people and ignore their feelings for personal gain. Ryan often disregards moral norms to get what he wants. Breaking a girl's heart and then asking her for money to travel seems normal to him.
Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration. Stanley Hudson. Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration.
Ryan Howard.
Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration.
What line of work you in, Bob?
Because of his massive ambition, coldness, and a certain theatrical flair, Ryan constantly swings from one extreme to another. From substance abuse in the early seasons to creative ventures later on. Those same traits could have made him a true business shark, if only his behavior were less impulsive. Why doesn't Ryan become a competent employee despite his MBA and natural abilities? The answer lies in his past. In college, he was part of a fraternity, which likely nurtured a sense of superiority. At the same time, he had to live with his parents as an adult. So his experiments with image and illegal substances may have been a prolonged rebellion against his ordinary life. We love the heroes of The Office for their vibrancy, uniqueness, and growth. Over 9 seasons, each episode surprised us, and the characters built careers and personal lives while always staying true to themselves. Their personalities and choices consistently taught us the value of good humor. We recognize ourselves in their quirks and struggles. Do you have coworkers like them? And who's your favorite character from The Office? Let me know in the comments.